Hello, happy Sunday. The last time I left off in the video was going over um, my HSG X-ray after my ectopic pregnancy. So the HSG is an X-ray where they, put this blue dye just to see if your tube is open or not. So that was my last video I left off. I was going to explain my experience with my HSG. Um, for me, fortunately, it was not painful after going through a ectopic pregnancy that was painful. Like the nurse said, I'm surprised you're walking and you're moving okay after your tube ruptured, because it was like you gave birth to twins. That's how she compared the pain from having my ectopic pregnancy. So I don't know if me having felt that kind of pain and then just doing a HSG X-ray that my tolerance for pain went up. But something I also did before my exam, an hour before my HSG X-ray, I took some ibuprofen an hour before, and then after my exam I had ibuprofen again, because the procedure is not too long. I think it took them 30 minutes, to get me undressed, get on the bed, and then they had to cover me for my HSG. So then ibuprofen after, and some heating, the things you could put in the microwave to heat up, heating pads. I put that on, and it wasn't painful at all. Now, they say that it can be painful if your tubes are blocked. And it took them about 2 days to give me my results to let me know that my tubes were not blocked. But even during the exam, he was like, okay, everything looks good. So I just assumed by him saying everything looks good, my tubes weren't blocked at that time. However, if your tubes are blocked, I heard that it can be very painful, that X-ray, the blue dye going through your tube to see if it's open or not. So they say to make sure you're not pregnant when you have that X-ray. As you know, pregnant women can't have X-rays. So make sure you try to not be intimate if you have a scheduled HSG exam, just to make sure that your tubes are unblocked, because the last thing you want is to be pregnant and your tubes are blocked, and then you have an ectopic pregnancy, or something happens. So that was my experience. It wasn't really painful for me. Like I said, I laid on the bed, just like when you go to your OBGYN or your doctor and they do like a pap smear or a swab. you know they insert spectrum, I think it's called. Insert it inside, then they put the dye through, and the X-ray will show whether it flowed through your tubes or not. So that was my experience with my HSG exam.